Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Sagittarius energy. I thought it had gotten uploaded the other day, but I have an internet problem and apparently it got kind of like deleted before it got uploaded. So we'll finish out this round of readings with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck. We're starting out with, we have Impatient, Quest, Insecurity. Well, why are we sometimes impatient? Because we don't think we're going to get the things that we want or that we think we deserve. And so that could be insecurity. And so when we act out of fear or insecurity, guess what? We have lessons to learn about our insecurity so that we can be patient and be willing to go on a journey listening to our intuition to guide us so that, we don't move forward with insecurity. Impatience. Quest. Well, hopefully, some people who were impatient, maybe wanting to reach for the moon, maybe a Pisces, a dream, a wish. Well, some of you could have left someone like that behind because they maybe turned their back to you because they weren't willing to go on a journey to deal with their fear and insecurities. They want to keep repeating patterns of behavior like they've done in the past. And they could have reached for something because it's kind of reaching for the moon. That can be people who have illusions about how life is supposed to be, and some of them could think they don't have to go within to gain insight and understanding about how their fear or their insecurity or their impatience affects their life, and they're going to learn some more lessons about how their impatience affects their life. And some of you, it could have put you on a journey where you had to face some of your own fears and insecurities and overcome your own issues to listen to your heart and intuition, because everybody's kind of got different issues that they deal with. Some people might really be fearful and insecure because that is what the moon can be. Some people could have illusions that life is, I don't have to face my fears. I can make my life all about money and materialism and status and image. And that maybe isn't your issue that you deal with, but we all got our own shadow side. We all got the devil whispering on our shoulder at different times in our life. It can be to believe in moving forward without this other person in your life. Um, you know, just learning to stand on your own feet, to love yourself, to believe in yourself, to encourage yourself every day. Are all of us living a truly authentic, bold, creative, inspired life? Have we overcome all of our fears, our insecurities, our pride, our ego, our selfishness, our lust, our greed? We're all learning at different levels about different things that we might deal with, and everybody can have different issues. Well, and the reason that came out is because of isolation. You might have been someone who had been impatient to have a dream come into reality, and it did put you on a quest about dealing with your own insecurity. And somewhere along that process, you had taken time to gain insight and understanding in isolation, which reminds me of Virgo energy, of your past fears and heartbreaks so you could face them. So, we kind of do this, I think, all the time in life. It doesn't have to seem like it's a really impatient, impulsive move, but sometimes we could wonder if what we thought the big event was going to be in our life was ever going to happen. We could have reached for something that we thought could make our dream come in to reality, but it was an illusion. And the whole life experience was to put us on a quest to gain insight and understanding about our own shadow nature, our own sense of independence and self-sovereignty and knowing our worth and value. And that was part of what the journey was supposed to be about. And all of life experiences are to help us grow and mature ourselves. So let's go see what's going on in Sagittarius energy. For this round, I have been using the Tarot of the 78 Doors. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Virgo energy, about putting in work and effort to move forward in high vibe. Ace of Cups, have a new beginning, a new emotional beginning, and a new, the water realm. Ace of Cups, the water realm talks about emotional, intuitive, realm. You put in the work and effort. You even could have gotten into something that you thought a dream would come into reality with it. And you were putting in the work and effort to go on this new emotional beginning, on this quest. But someone that you could have been working with in a friendship group, a work group, a family group, a relationship, could have had a lot of insecurities. And instead of them putting in the work and effort in love, they could have tried to isolate you in a relationship. You got involved in something. You were putting in work and effort within yourself you probably took time alone to gain insight and understanding about your own issues so that you could face your own fears and that you would be able to move forward in your life, not letting the past and the past fears and insecurities or self-limiting beliefs keep you repeating a life pattern. You were ready to grow and evolve yourself, basically. And that's what life's about, just like the universe is ever expanding, right? Look how far we've come in 2,000, 10,000 years. And someone else maybe was insecure. They could have been tempted. We're either willing to put in the work and effort to go within. Virgo energy is about going within to shed light on the past. Some people don't want to look at the past. Some people don't want to face their own demons. Some people don't want to face the demons that they know other people that they surround themselves with have. That they're a little prideful, they're a little controlling, they're a little competitive. They try to control my life. Some people, when we have those fears and insecurities, or our lust, our greed, our codependency, our immaturity, our prideful, egotistical nature, that's when other people can come into our life and play on those things because they know we have those issues. Oh, are you kind of a player? Because Sagittarius energy and low vibe is kind of being immature player energy. It's like, oh, are you a player? Can I tempt you to think that I want to be in a relationship with you because of love? But really, maybe the reason they are tempting someone to be in a relationship. So it doesn't have to be you. It could even be the people. If you were wanting to move forward in a relationship, the person you could have wanted to move forward with could have been tempted by someone else. Just like they're tempted by their pride, their ego, their fear, their insecurity. There's people in the world who bring that to life. Or if they're tempted by their pride, their ego, their lust, their greed, because they have lessons to learn, they will be tempted by and attracted to people who basically are in the world. Part of their life journey is to play this role, at least at this moment in time. At different times we can probably be the person who teach people's lesson or are learning lessons. The whole world, I think, is set up to teach us lessons in life. And if we have lessons to learn, we're going to have some people come into our life that are going to try to, it's like our shadow nature trying to run our life, our ego trying to run our life, our fear, our insecurity, being manipulative, being controlling, being bossy, not aligning with love. Because if we're not aligned with love, our outer world and some of the people that we're going to be attracted to mirror that back to us. Because we'll reject people who are loving and kind and encouraging and supportive because we kind of reject that within ourselves. Why? Well, we don't think we're good enough. We don't think we deserve it. We know that we're not loving and kind like those people, that we have fears and insecurities. And if we're not willing to put in the work to overcome those, we're going to push those kind of people away because we don't want them to know we're insecure or we're fearful or we're selfish or kind of greedy or self-centered or whatever. And we'll push those people away. And some of the people who really are kind of in a nasty way and they maybe kind of like being in a nasty way, they're going to have the exact same thing happen to them because they have to learn lessons too. Even the nasty people have to learn lessons. Some people have people in their life who want them to stay in their illusions, to stay in their fear, to make their life about not believing in themselves and not having their dreams come into reality, to feel isolated. The people, you either have people in your life who are putting in the work and effort to move forward in hope and faith and belief and love, and they try to encourage other people in the world to do that, or you are someone who doesn't deal with your things and you just want to have a new emotional beginning to make you feel better. And if you do that, you're probably going to have people who come into your life who try to put work and effort into you having a new emotional beginning with them because you have lessons to learn. And we either learn our lessons and we put in the work and effort to move forward in love and hope and faith and belief in ourselves, to offset our more fearful, insecure, selfish, greedy, indulgent nature, or we're going to have people come into our lives that are going to try to teach us some lessons. They're going to be that way. And we're going to see, how do I like being with someone who's just like me if I'm in shadowy energy? We're either in positive energy and we want to align with people like that, or we're trying to get in relationship with people like that and then trying to control them and manipulate them and limit them and restrict them. That's not fair. You get in a relationship with people who've done work and effort to believe in themselves and love themselves and be open and honest and loving and giving to other people. And then some people are like selfish and greedy, and it's like, I want you all to myself, pretty. And I'm going to try to isolate you and control you and manipulate you. You know, is that their illusions about what they think relationships are supposed to be about? Does someone create an illusion to have maybe a relationship with you and then it was just for them to indulge himself in? Their wants, their needs, their lusts, their greed, keeping you where you were. Oh no, don't grow and mature yourself, honey. Oh no, don't believe in yourself. I'd have to grow and mature myself to move forward with you that way, and I don't want to. So let's just stay here and let me be the boss. How about you give up on your dreams? Let me be the highest power and highest thing you envision. Lovely. I think if any of you had someone like that in your life and you put your work and effort into overcoming your own fears and insecurities to have a new emotional beginning, or they decided they wanted to go have a new emotional beginning because you are being like bold and brave and confident and educating yourself and listening to your intuition, it's like, what the hell? I never expected to be in a relationship with someone like that. I gotta go find someone else to get in a relationship with that I can control and manipulate. You're either one of the people putting in work and effort in love, or you're someone who wants the scales to be tipped in your favor or to control and manipulate others. So listen to your intuition about some people in your life. Do they like to be the center of attention? Do they like everyone to orient around them and everybody else put aside their pride and ego but not them? Are they kind of immature, kind of players, got lessons learned? Or are they bold and brave and confident and they're looking at life as an adventure to be lived and they're putting in work and effort to have new emotional loving beginnings? And which one are you? And the reason those two came out is because of the Ten of Cups. It can be what we think also is our view of life, because our life is dictated by how we perceive life. Some people have a certain perception of what a relationship is supposed to be about. Some of them still think if they were in a relationship where things flowed and things are going well and people are happy and whatever, it's almost like, I don't know if I love them. Because I'm not having to work really hard, and I'm used to being in relationships and family dynamics where I have to work really hard to get those people to work with me. Well, that could be someone who, it's their way of perceiving or acting out rejecting love. It's not all drama filled and ups and downs and oh my gosh, they're treating me like crap and oh my gosh, they're ignoring me and oh my gosh, they're trying to manipulate me and oh my gosh, they're acting impulsive and reckless and have addictions again. Some people could just feel like, I don't know if this is love because it's not like that. And that's what I'm used to. And then there's some people, we are talking about Virgo energy here. High vibe Virgo energy goes within to gain insight and understanding about the past so they can grow and learn and mature. People who harness shadowy Virgo energy, they don't want to do that. Their long-term goal is to become either a marriage partner or to look like they're king of the world in money and materialism and status and image. And some of the people that are in shadowy energy, they could be looking to get into a relationship based on how they view what they think will make them happy. And if they think money and materialism and status and image will make them happy, then that's who they're going to go get in a relationship with. Someone could have even seen people that were in a loving relationship, and someone who wants to look like king of the world could have tried to stop someone from moving forward with the dream that they were on a quest of moving forward with. Well, why would someone be tempted by that? Because what that person offers, and here we have the devil and the knight, the Eight of Pentacles wants to become the King of Pentacles, and I view the King of Pentacles as Capricorn energy and shadow, which can be our worldly nature, our materialistic nature, our indulgent, selfish, greedy. It's like our worldly nature. High vibe Capricorn energy is about freeing ourselves from our worldly nature, our more base nature, so we're free. We truly are someone who, high vibe King of Pentacles, is people who've learned lessons in life. They've grown and matured themselves. They're able to work together with others. The Pentacle suit is the only suit of the deck that's married. They're able to work in relationships with other people and grow and mature children and work in the world and grow and mature work projects because they're not operating from fear and ego and insecurity in high vibe. But in low vibe, it's like, oh, I'm willing. Look at me. Look how much money and stability and security and all these things I have. I present myself as being a nurturing, loving person, but I'm not. And you could have been in a relationship with someone who had lessons to learn about that because maybe they are tempted by those things of the world. And someone else who maybe knew that someone was tempted by those things decided to put some work and effort into stopping someone from listening to their heart and their intuition and be more tempted by things of ego. Or that is happening right now, or that did happen. Let's go see what's next. Okay. Had some cards flip over. We have the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Okay. And then when they separate like that in the middle of the deck, I use all of those cards as the reason for the reading. People have to decide, am I going to, in Three of Cups, listen to my heart and intuition? Because the Three of Cups is Cancer energy about love and home and family. Am I going to, in the Six of Pentacles, be just and fair and realize that maybe loving people in my life are a gift that I want to exchange resources with instead of a third party who's trying to tempt me? High vibe people listen to their intuition and they're staying balanced within themselves. So, because they've learned those lessons in life, if you have someone who tries to tempt you and emotion, because shadowy Three of Cups is people who present themselves as a loving family person, but they're not. They're using their emotions manipulatively, trying to tempt you to move forward in their way of life. Let's make it about money and materialism and status and image, okay? And you're like, been there, done that. I only want to move forward with people who've went within to gain insight and wisdom about their past and their past pain and their past fears and their past insecurities, so that they are people who can come together with others in joy and celebration because they're bold and brave and confident. And they're no longer letting their shadow nature of fear and insecurity and making their life about pride and ego and image run their life. Because if I get in a relationship with someone like that, I will be investing in someone who's trying to control me. Because we either build a foundation on love and within ourselves on love, and then we believe in equal give and take and treating other people as we'd like to be treated. And we're encouraging and we're supportive and we treat other people like that. Or in shadowy energy, for a wand, shadowy Aries energy, it can be more about I'm inspired and I take action based on things other than love. And I haven't overcome my own fears and insecurities, so I'm not building my life on a foundation of love. If I get in a relationship with you, guess what? I'm going to try to control you from believing in yourself because I don't want to do the work that you've done to move forward in life. I'm going to be bossy and controlling, and I'm trying to emotionally manipulate you to exchange resources with me so that we can come together in a relationship, but it's all going to be about me being insecure in the relationship, having dealt with my own issues. So I'm going to try to stop you from moving forward and isolate you so I can indulge myself in a relationship with you, and this relationship never grows or matures itself. It's just, you stay the way you are. No, don't deal with any of your issues. Don't believe in yourself. Be happy just the way things are right now. Let's do this like forever. You're either willing to change and learn and grow, or you're not. And some of the people who weren't willing to connect in with themselves emotionally, to get balance within themselves so that they could move forward and invest in coming together with people, those people decided to put an end to dealing with their pain and heartbreak that they'd have to deal with to move forward with you. And they decided to operate from their more prideful, egotistical nature. I don't want to deal. Some people didn't want to detach from the past. We have to detach from old ways of being, and we maybe need to detach from some people in our life if we want to give birth to something new. The Scorpio Death card talks about that in High Vibe. Some people don't want to emotionally detach from some people in their past because they could be codependent on them. They could be fearful. What if I were to detach from people in my past that I've been working with that is kind of more of a worldly based maybe way of life, or my original family that I put work and effort into that they could love. But if you're going to go get in a relationship with someone else, someone that you could marry and build a new life with, you have to, what's that, what they say at weddings, I don't know, you will, something about, you cleave to your new family. They become the priority in your life, not the old family, or loyalty to your old family being the people who tell you kind of what you shouldn't. They're still controlling your new relationship. That's not fair to your new partner. You and your partner are supposed to create your own new rules and regulations about life, and yours is the new unit going forward into the future. The other people are like the other institutions in your life that are a part of your life that you can love and care for and respect, but they don't get to dictate your current relationship or where the new thing that you're building with someone new. Their time was just like the time of being with siblings and stuff. You know, their priority in your life is the priority of a sibling. But sometimes people in families that have siblings or parents or extended relatives, whatever, that, or a friendship group that tries to dictate their life. Even when they have a new emotional beginning with other people. It's like, well, you got married, but I still want to control your life. Oh, you were in a relationship where you were going to move forward and come together in joy and celebration and detach in the past and deal with your pain and heartbreak and overcome the past and your past pain and heartbreak and your fear and insecurity and move forward. They could have some people in their life who didn't like that. And it's like, I'm going to try to emotionally manipulate you into ending that relationship. Oh, did I hurt you before? Are you in pain and heartbreak about me? Are you still in your ego about me? They could have had someone from their past who hurt them before, who saw them. You know, interesting, right? Some people in our past who could have thought that they left us heartbroken, and then they see us get in a relationship with someone else. It's like, shit, they got over me. They seem to be living the life of their dreams. So then it's like, I want you to put an end to that. Remember how I broke your heart and you were kind of in your pride and ego about it? Do you want to come indulge in a relationship with me now? Get back in your pride and ego about it? Oh my gosh. So, some people could have gotten manipulated and tempted by people in their life, friends or family, or a new relationship partner who wanted them not to move forward, believing in themselves, believing in their dreams, not listening to their intuition. They want to control them. They want to manipulate them. They want to be in charge of them. Why would people do that? Probably because they're not having their dreams come into reality and they didn't get into relationships based on love. So they don't want other people to move forward in their life like that and have their dreams come into reality. That would make them feel bad. They don't want to feel bad. I'm going to try to manipulate you and control you so you stop trying to live, make your dreams come into reality. And then you'll be just like me. Won't that be great? You know, I'll isolate you and control you. Well, I'll be sad and miserable that, we weren't bold and brave and confident to bring our dreams into reality. But those other people, I never had, that person had, you could have been someone who came into people's lives that you could have all moved forward in a really loving, kind, cooperative, supportive manner. Everybody could have learned to work together cooperatively and deal with their own issues so that everybody could have moved forward together in joy and celebration. But there could have been, for some, particularly a Scorpio or a Libra or a Leo or someone who harnesses those energies and shadowy energy, that because they do have pain and heartbreak that they haven't dealt with and they do operate from pride and ego, it kind of brought it to the forefront that they really have these things to deal with. But some people don't want to detach from the past. They're still like loyal to these past ways of thinking and believing. Maybe they think it would be disloyal to move forward in loving, balanced, respectful relationships because maybe they're used to being in relationships or they grew up in families where people thought it was just and fair to operate from shadowy Leo energy, kind of be manipulative and prideful and egotistical, and they haven't even dealt with their pain and heartbreak that they have of having grown up with someone like that who tried to control and limit them. And it could feel like if they embrace a new emotional beginning with people who harness high vibe, Cancer, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Leo energy, that it would feel like they'd maybe feel like they're betraying the people of their past, like it means that they didn't love them. We grow up in environments where we do love and appreciate the people in our life, for whatever they do in our life, and being there and supporting us. But it's just like saying, oh, I only learned how to ride a bike because that's the farthest, and the way my family had kind of grown and changed and whatever, we'd only gotten to where everybody rode a bike. None of us ever got to where we could drive a car. Are we never supposed to learn how to drive a car? And then other people, it's like, oh, in my family, we just gotten up where, if you look at us like little kids learning to navigate life, we get up, we run, we play, we fall, we hit tables, we fall down, we make mistakes. We eventually want to challenge and overcome the bike, and we learn how to ride a bike, and then we learn how to drive a car, and some people learn how to drive a plane, It's just like like it would be betraying the past to say that they've gone forward and went through a different door, kind of expanded their life. High vibe Leo energy is people who are willing to be bold and brave and confident, to step forward authentically in their life, to be more emotionally vulnerable and authentic in the world. Maybe they used to be with people who got more into relationships and they treated relationships more like a job. Maybe some people didn't want to admit that some people in their past maybe use their emotions to get people to exchange financial resources with them so that they could, have stability and security in their life. Well, maybe people did what they had to do at a certain time in their life, or because of life circumstances. Maybe that was a time period where things were really desperate, And, well, it's, the universe wants to work with everybody to manifest their dreams into reality. Maybe if some people really wanted to come together in a family unit, and they wouldn't have felt like they weren't going to have that family unit if they didn't take action towards a relationship. And if there was someone that they could get in a relationship with and have that family unit with, it might have put an end to their believing in their dreams and being in relationships that were more give and take, because they could know people in their life who ended up getting in relationships with people who ended up kind of controlling them. This person could have grown up in it. That person's was controlling of them. It's kind of basically, it ends up being an unhealthy situation. And the whole thing is, it's just for everybody to learn lessons from. you know, do what I say, not what I do. There could be some people right now who have passed away who are trying to encourage maybe a Libra to walk through a new door. What we think is just and fair doesn't have to be a Libra, because there's only 12 zodiac signs and 7 billion people. But people who have learned lessons in life would, we're always trying to teach people those lessons. High vibe Virgo energy is people who are trying to put in work and effort to move forward within themselves in love, and they're trying to offer their resources to people in the world to get those people to invest in love. Because if they don't, they could live an emotionally shallow life and be heartbroken that they turn their back on not being bold and brave and confident and authentic and vulnerable, that they didn't work and connect in with their emotions to get balance within themselves so they could make an offer to come together with others in joy and celebration. If they choose to live an emotionally shallow life and make their life about trying to look at a relationship as like a job, I got to get in a relationship with that person and be their partner so that I have the image and status and money and materialism. They're being emotionally shallow, and they're living more from their mind than their heart and letting their pride and ego run their life. And if life is all about learning lessons, they're either going to get in a relationship with someone who's just like themselves, who's emotionally shallow, who's hurtful, who's prideful, egotistical, stubborn, and they're going to feel isolated and controlled. And is that their dream that they wanted? Their dream was to believe that they believed in themselves. Our dream was to believe that we believe in ourselves. Do not put an end to the justice you deserve. Be bold and brave and confident and move through that door. Work from a foundation of love so that you maintain your balance and you can keep investing in being at peace within yourself, that if I'm going to work together with people in an institution or a foundation or a friendship group, I am not going to operate, because the Scorpio death cards, I'm putting an end to me being hurtful and operating from pride and ego, to me taking actions that just betray myself and hurt myself, operating out of pride and ego and defensiveness. I am going to invest in within myself, because the only person I can control is me, and I am the only person I should try to control. We try to inspire others, not control and manipulate them. And if you have other people in this foundation who are trying to control you, it's like, you do you. I'm going to show you how someone invests within their own foundation to detach from past pain and heartbreak, to get the justice and balance and harmony and peace within themselves that they deserve. I'm going to do that within me. You do what you want to do. I am not going to get involved and react in ways that are hurtful and operating out of ego. You do it if you want. I'm not doing it. And eventually, when I have done the work in myself to be balanced within myself, to be healed within myself, to believe in myself, then I know that I did everything I could. Where are you? And if they're still trying to manipulate you and use the things of the world to get you to stay in relationship with you, and they haven't done the work and dealt with their past pain and heartbreak, and they're still operating from pride and ego, that might be when you've been doing the work within yourself, you've been trying to offer it to them too. Eventually you might see it's time for you to emotionally detach from this. You did the work within a family, a friend group, a work group, whatever. You were trying to encourage other people to work together with you in joy and celebration, but they kept being emotionally shallow in shadowy Scorpio energy. They kept making decisions more from their mind and their heart in shadowy Libra energy. And they kept choosing, instead of love and hope and faith, they kept aligning with their more fearful, insecure, prideful, emotionally defensive nature. And there comes a time where your intuition is telling you it's time for you to have a new emotional beginning, that this is over. If we did the work and we kept trying to encourage other people to do the work, people have free will. And if they keep showing us that they are not willing to do the work, we wish them peace and we walk through a new door forward on our own. And they may go try to find someone else to have a new emotional beginning with that they can emotionally manipulate, and get that person to exchange time, energy, effort, hugs and kisses, resources with them, and come together with them in a relationship. But if they haven't learned lessons, they're going to be repeating the same patterns of the past, where it's more a facade. This is what was outside the door. This is how they present themselves. Shadowy Scorpio energy can people who kind of have that black and white thinking, who are emotionally shallow, who live more from their mind than their heart. This kind of reminds me, it kind of looks to me like a man almost dressed up as a woman. And this is a man. It's like they're completely maybe disconnected from our emotional. In tarot, the feminine in tarot talk about our inner world, our emotional, intuitive, creative, inspired nature, because we all take action in the world in masculine energy. There's some people in the world that they're so disconnected from their emotional, intuitive realm that it's like their mind has stopped their emotional realm from being able to walk through doors. They, shadowy Libra energy, it is also represented by the King of Swords. And I do kind of view that as someone's like inner narcissist is dictating their life. Their pride, their ego is so determined that they are not going to get hurt. They are not going to be emotionally vulnerable. They are going to have a certain status and image in life, and they are not going to deal with their past pain and heartbreak of the past. No. We are not going to listen to our intuition. We are not going to be authentic in the world. You know, we're all about living all based on worldly facade in a way. Their worldly nature has taken control of their mind and their emotional realm. They've lost control of it. You know, their worldly nature has taken control of being connected in with their emotions and their intuition. It is all under the control of like their... And why would someone align with their own inner narcissist in their head? Because they have a lot of fears and insecurities. Their inner narcissist and their emotionally defensive way of being and this logic and rationalization that they do in their head keeps them safe, they think. What they don't realize is that's their shadow nature keeping them isolated from believing in themselves and their dreams and going on a journey where they could listen to their heart and intuition to overcome their fear and insecurities or their ego running their life. But that is a spiritual battle that each one of us has to deal with within ourselves. We can't make people stand up for themselves and do this like inner argument within themselves. No, I'm not going to stay here and give up on my dreams. No, I'm going to put in the work and effort to believe in myself and overcome. That is part of the journey of life, is to overcome our more base, worldly, fearful, competitive, prideful, egotistical, all the things in the world that we can get addicted to and align with out of a want of wanting to belong. To realize there's a whole bigger world to align with. If we free ourselves from that and let our intuition guide us, just like people can present themselves to us in the world, and there's a whole bigger world going on behind what they present. And if you don't listen to your intuition, you're not going to realize with some people that this is what's behind the facade. So just like we have our hidden realm within us, we go out in the world presenting ourselves a certain way. Well, the world presents itself a certain way. But if we listen to our intuition and our heart and our imagination and our dreams, look at all the shit that's been created in the world in the last 2,000 years. Amazing. When people tapped into their emotional, creative, inspired nature, we create miracles. Well, or cell phones and light bulbs and indoor plumbing and candy, Taco Bell, airplanes, medical devices, all the things in the world that have been created because people listened to their intuition to guide them. They didn't let their image or their status or their reputation hold them back. They listened to their unique talent, skills, and interests. You look at all of nature and look how uniquely different so many things are. But the world tries to tell us like, oops, a card went and flew. The Libra went and flew on the floor. Which only leaves these two. Scorpio is about emotionally detaching from the past pain and heartbreak, self-limiting thoughts and belief, our grief, our sadness, whatever was in the past, so that we can go move forward in our life. Not letting the past dictate our future. Some people could just feel kind of dead inside and, we can't keep waiting. Part of a life lesson, and I think all of life is about, we're here to learn lessons. It's to love and believe in ourselves, to learn how to offer ourselves love and compassion and forgiveness so that we're not codependent all of our life. That's our shadow nature, is being codependent. We are supposed to learn. We grow up in families. We're supposed to observe, like and learn lessons about how to be loving in a family. Not like we're just supposed to receive, like we're a perpetual child in life. People are supposed to give to me. People are supposed to make me feel better. People are supposed to make me the center of attention. People are supposed to indulge me. It's like, no, they're not. That time is over, and that's sad. But, we're not little children in a family where people are supposed to indulge us anymore. We are supposed to learn how to love our own foundation, how to encourage our own foundation, how to be supportive within ourselves. We manifest our life based on what we choose to think about ourselves and the world around us. And if we haven't learned how to love ourselves, yeah, that's going to be a pretty bleak inner world we have. But we might put on a brave face to try to get other people to work together with us to nurture and love us. Well, we all want people to nurture and love us, but if we're kind of a black hole like that, it's kind of like take, like vampire energy. That's not what relationships are supposed to be like. We're supposed to we're supposed to put work and effort to love our own foundation, to love ourselves, believe in ourselves, encourage ourselves so that we're someone who knows how to fill up our own cup emotionally. That way, we can take our emotional foundation and go exchange our emotional foundation with other people's emotional foundation. There's like equal give and take and balance, not taking and giving, but balance. And together, we're able to work together, learning lessons, to come together, being bold and brave and confident individually, each person, so that you can come together in joy and celebration. Because people have put an end to past pain and heartbreak or being hurtful to themselves, and everybody's walked through that new door away from their more emotionally shadowy nature. Not letting your shadowy nature, not letting the past, not letting other people control and dictate your life. We're either willing to move forward bold and brave and confident, or we're not. And some people are going to try to get in a relationship. The people that are in shadowy energy want to make it look like they've done this, but they haven't done the work to do this. The high vibe people have. I am able to walk through a new door because I did let go of my past. I did work through my fears, my insecurities, my self-limiting beliefs. I loved myself. I believed in myself. I encouraged myself. And I'm able to walk through a new damn door because of it. Other people want to present the facade of having done that and try to convince people that they did that too, but they didn't. It's just an illusion. And those people are going to try to emotionally manipulate someone, use their emotions, their gifts. Emotions were given to us as a gift, not to abuse. It's kind of like abusing our own inner child nature, because our hopeful, believing nature of all being creative and inspired and loving and all those things are like gifts that were given to us by the divine, and we're abusing those things if we harness them in shadow, and the universe doesn't like that when we abuse our own inner child nature. But some people are going to try to emotionally manipulate someone into coming together in a relationship or a family or a workplace or whatever with them to make it look like they're moving forward, but they haven't changed at all. Because they wanted to put an end to justice. The Libra card was here, which is the scales of justice, is what it's represented by. They wanted to put an end to the people who were bold and brave and confident getting the recognition they deserve. I'm going to try to make it look like I've done all these things and like I'm really successful and I'm coming together with other people in order to make it look like I was like the just and fair one and not the people who wanted me to learn and grow and mature. I ended a relationship with them, but I didn't want people to think it was because of me. So they went to go get in a relationship with someone else to look like they were really successful and moving forward. And like this is the relationship of their dreams, just to make it look like they have a certain facade and image. Like, look, I went and got in another relationship. I couldn't be a crappy, icky, controlling, manipulative, deceptive, person. Other people wouldn't get in a relationship. It's like, yeah, they will until they figure out that that's who you are. Or because in their fear and insecurity, they're willing to let people control and manipulate them. And I wasn't, so I moved on. And I think, they'll either try their tricks on someone else and the same pattern will repeat and people will leave them, or they might end up eventually getting in a relationship with someone who's just like themselves. And then they couldn't possibly leave it because they have a certain status and image they're trying to maintain. And they're in a relationship that's emotionally shallow, where people are living more from their mind than their heart, being hurtful, being unkind, being bossy and controlling and manipulative, but then they've got to stay in it because they kind of made their own bed. They rejected loving, encouraging, supportive people in their life because they thought they could just manipulate someone else. And eventually they might get caught up between a rock and a hard spot. They don't want to let go of their image that they have, but they got themselves in a relationship that's emotionally shallow and controlling. We reap what we sow. What thoughts and emotions we choose to align with and put work and effort into, that's what we're going to harvest. And the people who thought, I don't have to do that, I can get what I want anyway. Or I want to keep repeating the past. Well, they're going to keep repeating the past, and there's going to be no growth there. Scorpio energy can be about, it's death energy. There's nothing new to gain from that situation. It's stagnant. It's not changing. It's not growing. It's not maturing. It just stays the same. Yuck. Teach their own, though. There you go, Sagittarius energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.